Hey everybody, it's been 2 weeks, so it's time for another Taiji development log update video. I'm Matthew Van Dievender, and Taiji is a open world adventure puzzle solving game that takes a lot of inspiration from The Witness. If that type of thing sounds interesting to you, there's a link in the description to find out more. So somehow I feel like there's not exactly a lot to report since the last video, but I've implemented kind of the baseline audio-visual stuff for the ending at this point, or at least the in-game area. There's still some more to do there, but I did a lot of that on stream over the past 2 weeks, so if you'd like to check those out, at the time of this video uploading, there should still be archives of those on Twitch, so I'll put a link down below so that you can find those archives. Mostly I've been working on what happens as you progress through the in-game area from like an audio-visual perspective. So there's not really much I can show there that's not spoilers, but if you want to see more of that, then I would once again suggest that you check out those live streams that I did for the past couple weeks, because there is some semi-spoiler stuff in there, but I'm going to try to keep this video as spoiler-free as possible. One reason that the ending has kind of taken so long is because I think I just sort of embedded this general philosophy about endings, which is that they're really important. I've heard it said, and this is kind of true of games and really any linear media like movies or books or whatever, that there's really only two things that you have to nail to get people to think that the thing's good, which is the beginning and the end. Obviously, that's not entirely true. You can't just have crap in the middle. Otherwise it's kind of a crap sandwich, right? Which is sort of a meeting term for when you want to give people bad news, and you say something nice, and then you give them the bad news, and then you say something nice. But in any case, same general principle. It matters that you hook people in the beginning, so the beginning has to be really strong, or else people won't care about the game at all. They won't get to the good part. This is kind of that whole problem that games have, where they take a while to get to the good part. But if you start really strong, then the middle part of your game can kind of it can have low points, I would say, as long as it reaches some kind of average quality bar. But the end of the game has to be really strong also, because that kind of is what is your final impression that you leave players when they're leaving the game. And if the ending's bad, then they'll think that the thing's bad. I mean, see Game of Thrones, right? So that's one reason that's really important, and the other reason is kind of a more personal reason, which is just that the actual idea that I have for the end game is an idea that I've had for basically the entirety of development, so it's kind of sat percolating in my mind, and much like a stone sitting there gathering moss, it's gathered some sort of importance in my mind, and so it's really important to me that I live up to my own personal expectations for what the ending should be like. But I think I've gotten there from a gameplay perspective. Now it's just more of the audio-visual stuff, which is a bit more nebulous and hard to nail down. I mean, I guess it could seem weird from an outside perspective. You'd think that the puzzle design would be the really hard thing to nail down, and it certainly was difficult, but it feels more difficult to do the other stuff for me, because you can kind of tell whether a puzzle is good or not just based on certain criteria that it meets, whereas an ending, I can't really say much without spoiling stuff, but say you have an ending for a movie or something, right? And same principle applies here. Just the order in which you put shots and what sounds you put with that can greatly affect how that ending feels, and it's a very nebulous thing where it's not exactly clear what the right thing to do is, and instead you're just kind of going by feel, right? In any case, that's one reason why it's taking a while, and I had hoped by today to have all of that done, to put like actual credits in the game and that part of the chapter of the development be over, and I can put it behind me and I can push a build out to people. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and so it slipped, so it's probably going to be another week until I get that done. But as I've established, since the ending is really important, I guess have to accept that there's some kind of slippage there, because I can't just put something in there that's not good enough. Even though I know I can't really live up to my own expectations because I'm too much of a perfectionist, it's still, I think, important to strive for the best that I can do. But in any case, that's pretty much it for the past 2 weeks. Apologies, this hasn't been a very exciting video with new things to show, because there's not that much to show that really I want to show, because it's, well, obviously I want to show it, but it's spoilers. So you'll see it when you play the game. In any case, make sure you like the video if you did like the video, dislike the video if you disliked it. Apparently, if I say that, it makes people feel better and less like I'm trying to persuade them to like the video. But in any case, hopefully you'll subscribe to the channel to stick up with the updates, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.